Jobs are being taken. Major companies. Let's go to the first one here. Let's talk about this right here.
The tech world tonight that you may have heard about. Amazon set to announce massive layoffs, as many as 30,000 corporate job cuts. That according to Reuters. CNBC reporting it will be the largest cuts in the company's history. NBC's Christine Romans joins us now on set. Christine, so great to see you and talk to you.
30,000 workers.
This is a huge headline, and it's sort of wild because it's one of the biggest companies in the world. And if they're cutting 30,000 people, what does that say for other companies across the country?
And they're cutting things like advertising and HR and cloud. They're cutting white collar jobs. 10% of their corporate office jobs here is what these reports are. Amazon, of course, not commenting, but these are supposed to start tomorrow. These pink slips will start tomorrow. And I think it shows you that using AI for cost cutting is essentially the holy grail for these big companies. They want to use artificial intelligence to figure out how to take out layers in the office, how to make people more productive, and how to move some of this work to other functions, AI functions.
And we were just talking about AWS, I think last week with your colleague Brian Chung here.
And see these people right here, they're replaceable too, because you do know that it's only a matter of time until flesh and blood journalists, newscasters, reporters are replaced with AI. It's already happening. I've seen, how many of you guys have seen commercials that come on television and and it's an AI generated commercial. I saw one from who was it? It was a major automobile industry. I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Ford, but it was one of them. And I was watching the World Series on what was that, Saturday night? I think it was Saturday night. We were watching the Game 7, Toronto and LA. And in that game, that commercial came on. There was a commercial that came on, and it was AI, completely AI. And you can pick up on it. You've seen it enough. You kind of discern. You can tell. You can pick it up. And so they're already working on this, guys. They're working on actors and actresses that are completely AI. They're not humans. And these movie production companies are going to make entire movies and series and whatnot, and there will be no human actors at all. So every sector of life. I mean, what kind of world are we going to live in? I'm jumping ahead of myself because I want to interject some of that commentary at the end of all this. So let's get back to this. Let's see what else they say about this.
To our viewers, this is sort of scary. We don't want to scare people out there, but Amazon is a tech company. They're obviously invested in AI. We just had Vicky Nguyen here talking about AI in the stock rooms. This is different, though, because they have the technology to do AWS, but they're also cutting through AI. And it's kind of putting those two ideas together, right?
Yeah, and it's really interesting to me. They grew like gangbusters through the pandemic, added all these workers, and then realized they had too many workers. And they cut 27,000. I think in 2022, they had a huge downsizing. And this is on top of that. This is even bigger than that, Tom, if it's indeed 30,000 jobs.
And it's your understanding it's because of AI? They're figuring out jobs that AI can take, some of them?
They're cutting costs. Andy Jassy, the CEO this summer, in a memo to employees in June, said they would do everything and they would use any technology they could to cut costs.
Of course. We'll cut throats to cut cost. Because there's no remorse for humanity anymore. The corporate fat cats get richer and get fatter, and the common folks, you and I, we suffer the consequences of this because we're just a number, and this proves it. And guys, we're just getting warmed up today. We got a lot to show you, and this is going to be irritating. This is going to be frustrating. This is going to be disappointing. It's going to be scary. But you got to remember, these things have to happen. These are more signs of the end of the age coming.
And cutting costs is cutting HR, it's cutting advertising, it's cutting some of these places where you can do it better with technology and AI.
Maybe happening faster than some people thought. Okay, Christine Romans, we thank you.
Imagine AI doing HR. That's crazy. I just think that's insane to me. Now, these quote-unquote AI experts are saying that this is just the beginning. And I want you to hear this. This is an interview and what they're forecasting in just 2 years.
What is your prediction for the year 2020?
Less than 2 years, guys, because we're in November. We've got one more month next month, and then we're going into 2026. So this is less than a year, less than
What
a
is your
little over a
prediction
year.
for the year 2027?
So we're looking at a world where we have levels of unemployment we've never seen before. We're
Wow.
probably looking at AGI as predicted by prediction markets and tops of the labs.
So we'd have artificial general intelligence by 2027. And how would that make the world different to how it is now?
So if you have this concept of a drop-in employee, you have free labor, physical and cognitive, trillions of dollars of it. It makes no sense to hire humans for most jobs. If I can just get
Listen to that, guys. Listen to that.
a $20 subscription or a free model to do what an employee does, first, anything on a computer will be automated. And next, I think humanoid robots are maybe 5 years behind. So in 5 years, all the physical labor can also be automated.
Wow. All right. I want to hear from you guys in the comments if your job is physical labor. Because again, we've got two sectors here. If your job is on a computer, a receptionist, whatever the case may be, on a computer, you're ChatGPT, AI, all that stuff. You're done. You're cooked. And my heart breaks for that for these people. Management gone. Then physical laborers, white collar jobs gone because they'll be replaced. Even construction workers. I'm going to show you an article in just a minute. Right after this, I'm going to show you that they're already planning to replace construction workers with robots. I don't know, guys. What is life going to look like in 2 to 5 years from now? This is one of them things. Honestly, let me pull this back. We'll come back to this in just a second. This is one of them conversations that you have with your kids and you have with your family, and you have to. And the question inevitably comes up. That how long is the Lord going to allow this to happen? Like, are we going to have a society where how are we going to function? Does anybody else see the complete collapse of the American empire? Now, here I thought it was going to be through moral debauchery. It was going to be through civil unrest, which it could be, because this could definitely lead to civil unrest. I thought it would be to one of those factors. But this right here, when you have an entire society where everybody's losing their jobs, how's anybody going to function? What are we going to do? I mean, this is some absolutely weird stuff that I don't think people is sitting around talking about this. I don't think we're really getting a full assessment of what this looks like. I'm sure there is these big time elites like Bill Gates and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel and all them. They know about this. They've seen this happening. They've warned about it. Some of these guys dream about this because they believe that they're going to be at the top of the food chain. So they don't have anything to worry about. But on the other hand, if you remember Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, a lot of these guys, even Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook or Meta, they have this hunch that this is going to lead to an apocalyptic civil meltdown down the road. And this is why what are they doing? They're building these underground bunkers and they're preparing for the apocalypse. Why? Why are they doing this, guys? I don't think they're preparing for World War III. I don't think they're preparing for an asteroid. I don't think they're preparing for a disaster. I think they're preparing for the inevitable of where this is heading, because they know that the outcome of this is not a pipe dream and gold at the end of the rainbow. No, it's complete societal meltdown. Because, listen, when people can't work, it means they can't eat and they can't provide for their families. And you start taking people's food and their resources from them, they become animals. And you're going to find out real quick how our country can just completely collapse. All right, let's go back to this.
So we're looking at a world where we have levels of unemployment we've never seen before. I'm not talking about 10% unemployment, which is scary, but 99%.
What is your
What? Wow. 99% of society unemployment. 1% of society. Now, this is what, again, I'm not saying that this is absolute, but these are these quote unquote experts that are predicting this by 2027. That is less than a year and a half away, guys. It's a year and 2 months. A year and 2 months, 3 months that this could be a reality.